Is the Cleveland housing market crashing, or is it just cooling off? That's a question that I keep getting. And well, home prices are up, inventory's up, and buyers, they finally have some breathing room. But what does that mean for you? I've got the stats, the scoop, and what it all means, whether you're buying, selling, or you're just curious. What's up, guys? Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty, your local expert right here in the Cleveland, Ohio area. And if you are curious about this market and your specific location, because it's very hyper-local, just drop a comment down below. I will gladly get your exact city and even your neighborhood so then you are aware of what's going on. And if you're looking into buying, selling, or you're relocating, I have people just like you reaching out to me every single week to develop a strategic approach to their specific situation. Contact me directly here or go in the description below and you can book a call with me. So let's break down exactly what is happening in the Cleveland housing market for this month. All right, Cleveland and Northeast Ohio housing market update. Now, this is going to be based out of Cuyahoga, Medina, Lorain, and Summit counties. This is my main area that I work and expertise in. But if you are in other counties, I still have clients that I help out outside of those counties. So the big picture, it is a market in motion. Greater Cleveland, the median home price actually rose to $253,000. That's up from $246,000 in June and $222,000 in July of 2023. So we've actually increased in just a couple months a matter of $7,000 and $30,000, $31,000 to get technical in 2 years. Crazy. That's a 13.9% increase year over year, which is showing the strong appreciation for Cleveland. However, despite the rising prices, buyer activity did slow. Marking the slowest summer sales pace in a decade. And why is that, you may be asking? It's very simple. We live in the most unaffordable time in American history. Cut and dry, that's it. That is the main reason of why it has been slowing. And the interest rates, like all around, have not been dropping. But inventory is growing, which that does give buyers more choices and reducing the urgency. Breathing room, buyers, that is breathing room. I am seeing it personally, and it's kind of nice as a buyer's agent not having to rush and feel like there's just like to get into a house or put an offer in. And one thing I've been saying now for a little while is we are not seeing a crash. We're seeing a recalibration. We're going into a buyer's market, yes, but the market is correcting itself. Now, as we look at a county breakdown with the local shifts of what's going out there, Cuyahoga County, the median home price is actually $241,000. That's up 12.1% year over year. Days on market, 22 days. So they're still going in 3 weeks on like typical homes. And the big thing is that the urban core continues to appreciate rapidly as downtown is booming. It's attracting young professionals. I'm seeing more and more people are actually considering moving downtown Cleveland itself. For Medina County, median price is at $339,000. That's up 6% year over year. Our days on market, we're selling a little bit quicker. We're at 16 days with the premium suburban locations remaining highly competitive with fastest turnover in the region. Now, the places I'm talking about, Brunswick, Medina, Wadsworth, even in some of the outskirts that are still within the 256 zip code, tons and tons of demand for those areas. Lorain County, median price is sitting at $280,000. That's up 7.7% year over year. Their days on market, 16 days as well. And the nice thing with Lorain is that they have affordable alternatives to Cuyahoga with good school districts that is driving a lot of family relocation into that county. And one of the reasons why we got days on market at 16 here for Medina and Lorain, both these counties have become highly sought after. With Lorain County, you're looking at cities like Columbia Station, North Ridgeville, Avon, 3 of their big ones right now that have been booming. Summit County, their median price is at $250,000. That's up 10.1%. Days on market, they are the highest at 23 days. But the revival with Akron of what's going on, the work from home flexibility continue to boost the once overlooked market. So the Akron area, the outskirts of Akron, not like, downtown Akron, but the outskirts is doing really well. But just know, each county is trending up in price, but we are seeing slightly longer market times. This is where buyer strategy really matters. There is a lot that goes involved. You do have breathing room, but with that breathing room comes a more strategic approach for negotiations. Now, some of the hot spots that we want to keep an eye out for. Medina City as a whole. Median days on market is 8. It's still a week. And look at this stat right here. 50% of homes sold above list. That is crazy. Parma, another booming city. Their median days on market are 7 days. That's even a day faster than Medina. And look at this stat. 58% sold above list. This is just absolutely insane of what is going on in some of these cities. North Ridgeville, a hot spot in Lorain. Median sale price is $345,000. That's up 2.7%. Their days on market are at 2 weeks. However, 47.2% of the homes sold over asking price. 3 booming cities right now. In Cuyahoga Falls, it's always a hot spot for Summit County. The median price right now is $235,000, which is up 6.8%. Sales are down though, 20.8% year over year, with over asking sales dropped by 2.9 points. So Cuyahoga Falls, this is a huge opportunity for a great city. Now, as we look at inventory surge of what this means, active listings in Northeast Ohio, there's 2,851, up from 2,181 last year. I apologize if this is coming off pretty small. I promise you I increased the text. I don't know what happened. That is, though, a 30% increase in inventory. Awesome. This is giving buyers way more options. The problem, though, for you sellers is now you're facing more competition and you have to price correctly. So what does this mean for you? For buyers, you get more choices, more negotiating power, more breathing room. Finally, for sellers, your presentation and pricing matter more than ever. And I promise you, it is a very strategic approach that you need to have if you want to sell in that average day on market. If we look at interest rates right now and the impact of it. So August, it brought 10-month low for mortgage rates. 30-year fixed, 6.5% to 6.6%. I apologize for this. I fat-fingered and hit the wrong button. Sorry, it's August 2025. We all make mistakes. But we do have a 10-month low for mortgage rates. So we are sitting around a 6.5%, which is fantastic. It could be plus or minus. It fluctuates every single day. The current impact, it is still high, but the dip has revived the buyer interest, which is fantastic. And each 0.25% rate drop increases buying power by approximately $10,000 on a $300,000 purchase. And this could be in the near future since we are now in September. There are projections for a pretty good the Fed to reduce the rate finally. And there's talks that it could be quite a bit to kind of make up for the lost time when it should have been dropped, according to experts. But as the future outlook goes, you got to keep in mind that experts are still predicting rates will remain above 6% until 2026. And why is that? Just because the Fed lowers the rate doesn't mean that it's going to directly impact the mortgage rates. It reflects them. So the interest rates coming down, it could already be because of the known experts that are saying that the Fed is going to lower the actual interest rate itself. So the mortgage rates that are coming down, it could already be because of that. It's causing more buying of the bills. But locking in a rate now, this could be smarter than waiting for the perfect drop. because I'm telling you right now, I have it in here that it may never come because we never know. Nothing's guaranteed. But from what I have seen, waiting for that perfect interest rate ends up hurting you in the long run, because once interest rates drop, prices of homes tend to increase. So it could be paying the same amount. That's one of the reasons why we always say marry the house, date the rate. Now, as we look at the strategy here, okay, who should do what? Let's start with you sellers. You have to price realistically. Overpricing will equal stale listings. It's going to last longer. You're going to get frustrated more, and it's just going to be a bad experience for you and just selling your house. It's already overwhelming and stressful. You don't need to have a bad experience on top of that. This is not a must, but invest in staging is a good idea. Professional photography. Okay. That is a non-negotiable. I can't tell you how many listings I see where there is cell phone pictures of a house, especially for high-end houses. And I'm going to tell you right now, I spend $300 to $500 out of my own money to pay for photography. That's it. On thousands of dollars of a house. You're paying me to do my best job for you. Part of that is professional photography. And not to mention, professional photography increases your speed of sale by 32%. And it can put up to $11,200 into your pocket. Remember that next time you go to sell your house and you have your agent pulling out their cell phone for their professional photography. Consider pre-listing inspections to prevent surprises. This is another thing that I personally offer. And it just lets you know exactly what's going on with the house. So then you could either correct them or you know what's to come. And be flexible on closing timelines to accommodate these buyers, because we still have to have some flexibility and we still have to work around your schedule as well, not just the buyers. For you buyers that are out there, or for you sellers who need to buy, leverage the increased inventory and negotiate repairs or even the closing cost. And you got to be rate smart. Talk to your lender about rate buy downs, find out exactly how much it's going to cost in the long run, determine how long you're going to stay in the house, because a lot of times rate buy downs will make sense, but there are times to where it doesn't make sense. It just varies. Everybody's situation is different. But don't wait for the perfect rate. You got to secure your home first. You could always look into refinancing down the road. Just remember, if it's something that you can afford today, you may be able to afford the same thing down the road and have a lower interest rate, but you're going to pay more for the house. So you're still going to have the same payment or close to it. And consider homes with longer days on market for better negotiating position. Just because they have long days on market does not automatically mean that there's something wrong with the house. It could just be overpriced, for instance, or it could just be the location. There's multiple factors, but just because it's been on the market for a while, don't overlook it. And even go back to some homes if you thought it was overpriced, because they may actually have brought down. For you investors out there, look at the softening areas like Cuyahoga Falls for opportunity buys. That's really big right now. Focus on your high days on market. That's going to pocket for your value plays, obviously. Consider multifamily properties as rental demand remains strong in this area, and watch for distressed properties coming to market as forbearance ends. So what to do next? Well, if you're ready to actually take that action and you want a strategic approach with the whole market itself, contact me. My number is right here, 440-364-7823. I got people just like you reaching out to me every single week, posing questions, getting everything ready to go, even if it's for next year. If you're just curious about your home's value with the shifting market, I will give you a hyper-local equity report for you. Again, just contact me. And if you're thinking of buying, we got to build that plan. Even for buying, it's not just selling. You got to have that strategic plan to really hit the market and get it right. And if you are looking to invest or add to your portfolio, I got 15 years of construction under my belt. I have an array of knowledge. I was an expert. I was a journeyman electrician, so I am an expert into the electrical field, but I could even help you look into that stuff. Let's navigate this market together.